Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany Eisenhower. If you're new here, today we're going to be getting ready while I talk about things that I wish I knew about Division I soccer and professional soccer as a former D1 and pro soccer player. So let's get right into it. I played Division I soccer at the University of Denver. I actually committed to DU when I was a freshman in high school, so I did not know much about college soccer at all. I actually had no idea what I wanted to do. I remember being so stressed out after I committed because I was like, what do I want to major in? All I knew at the time is that when I visited Denver, it definitely felt like a family environment and the coaches seemed to really care about my desire to play pro after college. So I was super excited about that. But at the same time, I was really stressed because I wanted to have a backup plan outside of soccer. I've always wanted to be a pro soccer player, but I wanted to be smart. So I wanted to major in something that I was actually interested in. But at the time when I committed, I had no idea what that could be, or if DU even offered that as a major. But the thing I wish I knew back then when I was stressing out and crying at the high school lunch table over what I was gonna major in is that 9 times out of 10, freshmen have no idea what they're gonna major in when they go into college. This would be a little bit more important to think about before I committed if I wanted to be something like an engineer or a doctor. But at the end of the day, I knew it was gonna be something in the business realm and DU had all those options. I ended up declaring my major my sophomore year of college. I majored in real estate development and finance. And freshman in high school, Brittany had no idea that major even existed, so it all worked out. So my advice to you if you want to play your sport in college is to definitely have a think about what you want to major in, but don't stress about it. You have time to figure it out. Something else I wish I knew earlier about college soccer is how much they value fitness. Luckily for me, if you've been here, you've heard this story a million times, but when I was, I think, a sophomore in high school, I got my first call up to the US Youth Women's National Team, and we had a beep test there, and long story short, I failed all the fitness tests. This was a very early reality check for me that I needed to really focus on my fitness and take it really seriously. So again, luckily for me, I went into college fit and prepared because I had that early reality check. But if I didn't realize this until my first day of preseason, my freshman year of college, it would have been a nightmare. I don't know if colleges are going to keep focusing so much on fitness tests and having that be a huge determinant for playing time. I know it changes program to program too. At my university, we had a passing score and it was pretty important that you pass, but at the end of the day, you were still going to play if you didn't pass. But I've met players before and heard teammates' stories about how at their college, if you didn't pass the fitness test, you weren't playing until you passed. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. I think it's really important to take your fitness seriously and be fit. But at the end of the day, I don't really know if a beep test is gonna determine your level of soccer fitness or if you're gonna be able to hang for a full 90 minutes. If you play team sport, you might think this is a no-brainer, but it's a skill that I wish I learned way earlier. And it's something I really saw affect my teams at the professional level. There's this grid they showed us at the professional level, and the two lines are competence and trust. This is something I struggled with as a young soccer player, especially in college, thinking that I'm gonna have the most trust of my teammates and my coaches, and I'm gonna get the most opportunities if I'm the highest competence. If I'm the best player on my team, nothing else matters. What you come to realize very quickly in team environments is that trust is just as, if not more important than competence. Obviously, we all want to perform to the best of our abilities and we want to be the best soccer players or athletes that we can be. But being a good teammate and having respect for your teammates and coaches and responding well to adversity is extremely important. Not all team cultures are like this. I've learned this firsthand, but the best coaches and the healthiest environments will actually value trust over competence. In college, I was so obsessed with my own development and my own dreams to go and play pro that I didn't really focus on anyone else. I let the excuse of being competitive take away from being a good teammate. And unfortunately, you see that all the time at the professional level. It doesn't go away, but some of the best teammates and the best players I've ever played with are at the highest level of competence and the highest level of trust. I never want to name names, but Marta is the epitome of high competence and high trust. She is probably one of the best footballers in the entire world. And when I was a rookie with her at Orlando, she was the first person to come up to me, to say hi, to put her arm around me and ask me if there's anything she could do to help me. I don't think I heard her complain once. She is the most competitive person I've met in my entire life, but she does it in such a way that it's not demeaning at all to her teammates. It's super respectful. And when she gets competitive, you have no choice but to raise your level and just have mad respect for her. On the other hand, I've also had teammates who are so talented, but they lack the respect from their their teammates, and it shows. It might not show up in their performance, but it shows up in team chemistry, in the locker room, and overall, it's just bad vibes. And unfortunately, I've definitely done this to my teammates and my coaches in the past. I wish I learned it so much earlier, but I'm so grateful that I did, because being a good teammate and having that respect from your teammates is the best thing in the world. There are people who are definitely not going to agree with me on this, but I would rather walk away from the game and have had my teammates respect me and have enjoyed their time playing with me than walk away from the game winning a bunch of gold medals but losing respect for my teammates. At the end of the day, people are going to remember how you make them feel, and that's really what matters. I'm as competitive as anyone, and I've had to learn this the hard way, but how you treat people and being a good person will always outweigh any accomplishment. And the earlier you can learn this, the better. I hope this helped. I have a million other stories from playing D1 and professional soccer to share with you, and so many other lessons that I wish I learned way sooner. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. My goal now is to use everything I learned in my career to help you be successful on yours, so make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.